Sitting in Sukhasana. Sit bones completely resting on the ground, eyes closed, lifting your crown up to the sky, up to the ceiling, keeping your shoulders broad and lifting your sternum a little. So you get that length in the front of the body as well. And breathe. So taking nice, easy, deep breaths in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And lengthening the out breath. So every time you breathe in, if you count in your head silently, when you breathe out, try and lengthen that breath so it's longer on your out breath than the in breath. And just make a note of your numbers if you like, and see what's comfortable for you. Of course, it depends on how quickly or slowly you count. So it's really just a tool to make sure that your out breath is longer than your in breath. So we're going to add a stop in here. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to hold the breath, and then we're going to breathe out. And then we're going to hold the breath again and then breathe in. So I'll do some counting, and just to get us all breathing in the same way, and then go ahead and lengthen and shorten and do what suits you. So we're going to breathe in together. So get ready. Breathing in. Hold the breath. And breathe out. Hold on empty. And breathe in. Hold. Hold on empty. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Carry on that routine, that rhythm, that sequence at your own pace, and holding for as long as you're comfortable. And then 1 second more. Lengthening with the out breath. In through your nostrils. Try and take that breath right down as deep as you can, and then breathing out through your mouth as slowly as works for you, remembering that you then will hold after you've exhaled the whole breath. One more round. And well done. Great. Let's inhale the arms up. So take your hands out to the side. Stretch your arms and then inhale to bring them up. Straight up overhead and reach up as high as you can with your fingertips. Don't worry about your tops of your arms coming very close to your ears. Squish your head if you need to. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Feel that you're lifting between your ribs as well, all the way from your hips. And then fold forward. All the way forward, reaching forward. Bring your hands to the mat or the floor and slide them away from you as far as they'll go. So pressing your shoulders down towards the mat, opening up under the arms, and then staying low, so just gazing at your mat. Walk your hands over to the right. So your torso stays low. Step your hands over to the right, step by step, staying low until you start to feel a stretch in your left side and a compression in the right. So squeezing into that right side, making lots of space in the left side. Keeping your left hip on the ground. And then walking back. So walk back to center. Take it, there's a few steps. So first your left hand moves, then your right, and then keep going. So we're just walking over now to the left side. And put pressure into the palms of your hands, as if you really were walking the torso around. And we get that deep stretch in the right side. To intensify the stretch, you can push into the palm of your left hand. Press the ground away from you. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And at the same time, start to check for any areas in the body where you're holding on to any tension, and just allow them to let go if you can. And let's walk back to center now. So back into center. And stretch your hands away again if they've come back a little closer. If you can move them away, move them away. Folding forward. And then let's come all the way back up to sitting. And let's come up to a squat. So bring yourself to a squat, however works for you. So we're in our squat. Well done. So if you need to hold on to something, or you have got fingertips on the ground for balance, that's great. If that becomes easy, you can challenge yourself by coming up to not using the ground or anything to hold on to. And just breathe here. So we've got a lot of compression here in the chest, because hopefully we have got torso to chest. So let that compression happen. It's really good for the digestion, especially this time in the morning. And still breathing, nice, deep, slow breaths. So we're holding here. Think about where the challenges are. Today mine are in my shins for some reason, don't know why. They feel a bit tight, so I'm going to gently rock and press into that tightness. Yours might be in your glutes or in your hamstrings or in your Achilles, just noticing what's going on and trying to practice that non-judgmental, kind voice. If you can't speak to yourself kindly and you keep veering off into self-criticism, think about addressing your same comments to a small child and see if that sits well with you. And if you wouldn't speak to that small child in that way, then think about how you would speak to them and turn that same lovely voice onto yourself, because that's what you deserve all the time, is positive, lovely talk when you talk to yourself. So we're going to straighten up from here. We're going to try and keep as much contact with the chest and thighs as we can. So we're going to just gently lift the bum. Bring your hands down to the floor if you need to. So lift, 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 lift. So we've got bent legs. Come sideways. Bent legs, torso to thighs. Straightening up. Sending your bottom up towards the ceiling. And then when it's at your maximum, you can't straighten your legs any further, allow your chest to just come away, straighten your legs, and let your head and neck hang. So no muscles in action here, just absolutely letting gravity do what it does. Nice, easy, simple inversion, easy forward bend, Uttanasana. And we're going to round up from here.
So again, head and neck and arms coming up last. Use your legs here, use your thighs, squeeze to bring yourself up to standing. So we're going to come to the top of our mats. Come to the top. And we're coming up onto toes. So up onto tiptoes. Breathe. We're going to challenge our balance a little bit here. Up on tiptoes and chin to chest. So looking down at the ground. And then looking up. And all the way up. Can you lift your head to raise your gaze to the ceiling? Still keeping up on toes. And then back. Bring your head back level and down onto flat feet. Lift your toes up this time. We're doing a little foot detour. We were going to do something else, but we're doing a little foot detour to warm the feet up first. So heels are on the floor and you're lifting your toes up towards your face as much as you possibly can. So squeezing those toes up as high as they will go. And at the same time, keeping your hips relaxed, not clenching through your glutes, just the toes lifting here. And now if you can keep all of the other toes up and only put your big toes down on the floor. And then can you put the second toe down, but not the others? Third, fourth, fifth, are they all down now? It's very hard to control. And we should have, in theory, as much control over our toes as our fingers, but we don't use them very much, so we don't. So let's wake them up again. This time take the big toes off. Every other toe is down. And then see if you can just peel off that second toe. Only third toe. Are they behaving? Are they listening to you today? Fourth, and then your baby toe. So all toes up again. You might be starting to feel that in your shins, hopefully. Lift high, 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 high. And then place them down. Let's roll the feet out to the side. So we're going on to the outer edges of the feet. So pressing your knees away, widening the hips, that whole movement all the way through the legs, not just in the feet. Same time, lift your pelvic floor, lift your chest, lift your sternum, lots of length in your body. Rolling the feet out to the sides, maybe starting to feel that now in the outer edges of your thighs. Can you feel the muscles engaged here? Hopefully you can. And release. And breathe, don't hold your breath. So let's roll the feet inwards now, bringing the knees in, bringing the thighs together, squeezing tight, rolling the feet so that you're on your inner edges of the feet now, outer edges lifted off the mat. And squeeze, 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 squeeze. Again, lift your pelvic floor. Again, the length in the torso. Squeeze the knees together and release. Let's just do some nice circles, hands on hips. Lift your right leg. And let's do some ankle circles. Round one way and then round the other way. Rest of the leg quite still. And then keeping the knee still, stirring a pot. One way and then the other way. And then circling the knee. Let's take it all the way down, out to the sides, forward, cross over a little. Big a circle as you can draw with that knee. Standing leg doing some work here. Keep breathing. Wide circles. Think about that beautiful hip movement. Right into the hip there. High up if you can as well. And then back. Okay, right leg gets to be strong and stand there now while we give left leg a little bit of a warm up. So ankle turns, ankle circles, whatever you want to call them. And then let's keep the knee steady and stir the pot. Hopefully you'll never be really stirring a pot with your foot, but anyway. And change direction. And then we're going to be doing some knee circles. I think we only went one way with that knee, didn't we? So go one way. I was so intent on getting those circles as big as possible, completely forgot to go the other way. So let's change direction on this side. There should be a nicely warmed up thigh there, not to mention hip, and then back down. Let's do some circles coming the opposite direction on the other leg, only because I completely forgot. So whichever way we went, go the other way. Can anybody remember? I can't remember. Do a few of each. All in the name of balance. There we go. Take your legs wide and let's come into Prasarita Padottanasana. Just give the hips a little bit of a rest. So hands on hips, make sure that they're level. Send your shoulders forward, send your bottom out behind you. Knees just a little bent so that we're not locking the legs here. And come into a flat back, facing the floor. Think about the soles of your feet here, pressing down into the floor and making sure that the weight is distributed evenly through the whole of the sole of your foot on the right and the left. So they're taking 50% each. And it's even front to back. You're not forward on your toes, not back on your heels. Still a little bit of lifting of the kneecaps up towards your hips and breathe. And think about sending your sit bones up towards the ceiling. And then let's come all the way up again, still keeping your back straight. And now let's go to the top of our mat. Come to the top. We're going to inhale up. So inhale your arms up. Look up to your hands and then exhale and fold forward. All the way down. Come to bringing your hands to the mat and then inhale to look halfway up. Looking forward, arms just hanging, and then bring your hands back down. Step your feet back. So we're going to go right foot back first, then left. You're in a nice plank here. Breathe. And then we're going to go knees, chest and chin to the mat. So knees come to the mat. Bend your elbows. Bring your chin and your chest to the mat. Scoop forward. Release the tops of your feet so that they are flat to the mat. Bring yourself into a baby cobra. Lifting up. Tuck your toes under. And we're going to lift into downward facing dog. So come with the hips up. All the way up. Step forward. Then we take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. So you've got time to set yourself up here really well. Adjust your distances so your feet are about hip width apart. Send your sit bones up towards the ceiling. So you pull back from your wrists. Your heels are going down towards the mat. Pressing down into the mat if you can. Pelvis is tipped up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are wide. And breathing deep and slow and easy. And then look to your hands. And we're going to step the right foot forward. Right foot comes forward. Left foot comes forward. Another nice easy forward bend. Allow your head and neck to relax. And then we're going to swoop the arms forward and up. On an inhale, coming all the way up. Again, looking up towards your hands. And then bringing them down to heart center. Well done. So let's do that again. We're going to start with swooping the arms up on an in-breath. So inhale up. Looking up. Exhale, fold. Flat back, flat arms. All the way down. Halfway up to look forward.
And then your hands come back down to the mat, either side of your feet. And we step the left foot back as far away as we can. Right foot back. Hold in plank for a moment. And then we go knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. So knees, bend your elbows, keep them in. Chin, chest, swooping up. Release your feet. Bhujangasana, Cobra. Breathe. Tuck your toes under. Send yourself back into downward facing dog. So this is where we have our little rest. But it's not really a rest, is it? We are busy working out our posture here. Always busy in downward facing dog. So allow your jaw and your face and your head to be completely relaxed in downward dog. Heels always moving down towards the mat. Hips always tilting up towards the sky. And taking your pressure off your wrists by pulling your hips back and allowing your chest to come closer to your thighs. And downward facing dog is your cue to take deep, steady breaths in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And then we're looking forward and we're going to lift the left foot to bring it through, back towards your hands, and then the right foot. Easy forward bend, and then swooping the arms up, all the way up, looking up, little bit of a back bend as well here, and then back to heart center. Well done. So let's do that again. This time we're going to lead with the right foot, and we'll do a whole set. So we'll come back to here, and then we'll go straight away with the left leg, okay? So a set of, well, a complete round. So inhaling up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step the right foot back, left foot back. Knees, chest, and chin into Ashtanga Namaskar. Bhujangasana. Inhale, downward dog. So we're here for 5 breaths. So really challenge yourself here as much as you are comfortable doing. Lengthening through the backs of your legs. Stretch out your hamstrings here beautifully. You can keep your shoulders wide. Lots of strength in your upper arms. Relaxing through the jaw, through the head and neck, and enjoying that inversion. Improved blood flow to the face and neck and head. And then we're looking to the hands, stepping the right foot forward, left foot forward, fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Left leg steps back. Right leg joins. Holding your plank nice and strong. Knees, chest, and chin. Swooping into Cobra. Tucking back into downward facing dog. Steady, deep breaths here. See if you can feel with each breath your belly expanding fully, and then as you breathe out, emptying completely. A little bit of inward rotation of the upper arms, stretching the sit bones back and up. Breathing in through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Last breath here. Looking forward to your hands first, and then stepping the left foot forward, right foot forward, fold. Inhale all the way up. A little bit of a back bend and Samasthiti. Well done. Brilliant. Let's come straight from here into a little bit of a warrior time. So legs wide. And we're going to start with warrior one. So we're going to turn the hips to the narrow end of the mat. So your hips are lined up with the short end. We've got right foot forward, but don't worry if you've got left foot forward. It's fine. We'll do both sides. And then we're going to swoop the arms up and bend that front leg, whichever leg it is. You might need to adjust the distance a little. Allow that left leg or the back leg, the heel to come off, so you can bring that into a very low lunge. Arms are up, arms are parallel, looking up. Not all the way up to above you, but a sort of halfway to the sky view. Breathing nice and deep. Think about straightening your arms and strengthening the arms. So squeeze all the muscles. Imagine you're holding two very heavy swords aloft. Virabhadrasana 1, the warrior 1. Virabhadrasana jumps out of the ground holding two swords aloft to help the battle. Sink a little lower if you can. And we're going to swoop the arms down, come all the way around, over to the other side. So exactly what you did on that side, on the other side. Think about how it feels the same, how it feels different. Sometimes one side's so much easier than the other for some reason. A little bit of an upward gaze, lifting your chin. Stretching through the front of your body. And you sink a little lower. Think of how strong that back leg is. Well done. And then we're going to swoop the arms around, hands to hips, fold forward. Allow your head and neck to just gently pull you forward. Take your hands to your feet now. So right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. And try and relax your head and neck. Easing out the lower back. Letting our breath come and go freely and easily. And then we're going to uncurl to come up. So let your arms just dangle. All of that power coming from your legs. Well done. All the way up. And now we are perfectly set up for warrior 2. So we're going to take the right foot, point the toes forward, hips staying aligned with the long end of your mat this time. So keep your hands on your hips just to remind them where they're supposed to be, because they do like to kind of try and head off that way. And then we're going to bend the right leg, come down as far as you can, and then let's take the arms out. And then looking just over your drishti point, your gaze point is over the middle finger of your extended right arm, back arm out behind you. Think about your shoulders. They need to be relaxed. So if they're creeping up towards your ears, drop them down. And we're going to add on here, taking the back hand down to the leg, lifting the right arm up as if you're a pair of scales. Looking up still, keeping that drishti point. And then coming back. Bringing your hands back to your hips again, straightening out.
Hold here for a moment. Take a breath. And then we're going over to the other side. So arrange your feet how they need to be. So toes pointing to the narrow end of your mat on that side now. Hands on hips. Mind we're heading off that direction. So bring them back. And then let's bend the left leg now. And then take the arms out. Shoulders relaxed. Chin over your left shoulder if you can. Can you sink a little lower when your thighs let you? And then let's bring that right hand down, left hand up. Well done. And then let's go back to level again. Relax your shoulders. And hands to hips. Straighten your legs. Toes pointing not quite forwards, just sort of out a little bit. Hands to hips and back into Prasarita Padottasana to rest. So a little bit of work where we've got our head up, followed by an inversion. In yoga, we try to alternate between muscle groups, between inversion and between forward bends and back bends. All to keep balance. Now take your hands down to the mat and see if you can bring your head close to the mat or touching the mat. You might have to take your feet out a little further. Crown of the head moving down towards the ground or on the ground. Keep your hands pressed flat to the mat to give yourself a little support and help with balance. And breathe. Well done. Coming up now, bring yourself to kneeling on the mat. So we are feet out behind, tops of the feet pressed down into the mat, hands to hips, and we're going to pivot a little. So we're going to rock back. So leaning back, your body and your legs and your thighs in a straight line. Not bent. Start to feel your thighs doing some work here as you lean back and then forward and back. Think about which muscles are switching on, hopefully all along the front of your body and the back as well. And forward one more time. Just feel like a deck chair in this posture. There we go, and back. So now tuck your toes. We want to have the toes quite high up because we don't want a lot of space. We want to be able to reach back and grab hold. But you do need to have them sturdy enough that you can rest on your ankles there. So we're going to come into Camel Pose, Ustrasana. So if camel is something that's very comfortable and easy for you, go ahead and come into your camel. Otherwise, we're going to do this slowly together. If you're finding that your knees are uncomfortable, you can always double fold your mat to give yourself a little bit more padding. So there's no point being uncomfortable because all you'll be thinking about the whole time is the one part of your body that's giving you discomfort. So no need to compromise on the health and safety of your knees. Extra padding all the way for the knees. So we can either just lean back if you can. I mean, we've all got different proportions. So if you just lean back as we just have been doing, you might be able to find your heels, or you can roll back one way, find your heel, get comfortable there, and then open up and come and find the other one. And then allow your head to drop back. Come into it how it works for you. For some of us, there's a lot of tightness in different parts of the body, and that just doesn't feel very comfortable and isn't very easy. So then we just come onto one side, open up, let that arm drop back. So we're still getting that lovely stretch across the chest. That's what we're looking for in this asana. Obviously, we're looking for a little bit of a bend in the back too, but we want that stretch across the front of the body and a lovely opening of the chest. This is a beautiful chest opener. And if you are just doing one side, then you come back up and then come over to the other side. If you're already in Ustrasana, come out, come back in, come out, come back in. If this is a posture that is comfortable for you, hold it for as long as you're comfortable, come out, have a little bit of a break, and then come back in. So when I've got people that I'm not physically with, it's better to break everything down. So if you have done it lots of times and you're comfortable, go ahead and go and do it. If it's too easy, feet flat to the floor, obviously you've got further that you need to reach to get to them. So if you want to come back to just coming to kneeling now. Well done. Brilliant. And let's all come into Ustrasana together, whatever our version is that we choose. So let's go into Ustrasana together. Think about sending your sternum forward, bringing your shoulder blades tight in together. And if it's comfortable for you, dropping your head back. Send your hips forward. By sending your hips forward and squeezing your glutes, you'll find that you've got a little bit more movement. You can probably drop back a little deeper if you wish to. Squeeze those glutes, push your hips forward. Open up your chest by bringing your shoulder blades towards each other. If you're over on one side, now's the time to switch to the other. If you're in full Ustrasana, stay here, breathe. If you're coming out of asana breathless, there's a reason for that. It means you've been holding your breath. So try to remember not to hold your breath. And we're going to slowly come out of here now. So come out the way you went in. Release your feet. Take your big toes together. Take any fold in your mat or padding away and reach your hands forward. Slide them away from you slowly down the mat as you bring your torso to your thighs. Now we want some length in the body, so lift up and place your belly on your thighs very slowly, very gently. We want to ease the lower back very, very gently and slowly. Ustrasana is a very deep back bend. So we come out slowly and gently to give those muscles time to relax. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Send your arms forward. Creep your fingers as far away from you as you can. Notice that stretch under your arms. Lovely stretch under the arms. And also into the sides of your body. We want to be as long as we can in the body here. In fact, you may need to lift your head up and place it down again. So forehead to the mat. Pressing down into your hands and at the same time pulling back gently with your hips. Stretching out the upper arms, forearms. Stretching out of the elbows and relax. Relax your arms down to the mat. So forearms to the mat. Ease, comfort. Allow yourself to breathe easily, peacefully here. You might feel that you want to be breathing into the sides of your body, into the sides and the back because of the compression in the front of the body. Just notice where you feel that you're taking your breath. And we're coming up to sitting.
So gently drawing yourself, so we're uncurling to come up very slowly. Emerging. Well done. So let's swing the legs forward. And taking your feet out in front of you. We're going to do another little bend forward, sliding your hands down your legs. Paschimottanasana, west facing pose. So keep your head and neck up. So keep your gaze forward, and that will give you some more length in your back. And use your hands and arms to draw yourself down, but bringing your belly to your thighs. So we don't want to curl here. So sometimes when you're wanting to do this Paschimottanasana west facing pose and you're quickly rushing, you tend to curl the background and bring the head down towards your knees. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for as much connection as we can between belly and the thighs. Don't worry so much about the chest and head. It's lifted for now. With every in-breath, give yourself a little bit of space, lift away, and with an out-breath, fold forward a little more. So we're talking millimeters here. That's all we're looking for. Come to where you're comfortable, and then we look for just fractions of a millimeter movement. Breathing in and folding forward. So this asana, quite often people feel that it's about flexibility in their back. It's pretty much 100% hamstrings, this one. So if you do love to walk or run, you're quite active, or you just want to keep that lovely flexibility that you have and not stiffen up, this is a fantastic asana to do. And of course, you'll recognize it. It's also the easy forward bend, and it's also halasana or plow if we're upside down. So it's the same asana at different angles, but you get different things out of it because of the effects of gravity. And then we're gently going to draw all the way up. Bring your feet together, bring the soles of your feet together, and then draw them in towards you. Turn to facing. So draw them in, Baddha Konasana. So we did quite a bit on stretching out the hips, on lots of thigh work, but we now need to do a little bit of hip opening. And all that means is that we are using another one of the very many directions and one that we don't use very often. So we do quite a lot of forward and backwards movement. We don't do enough crossover a lot, but again, that's a passive movement. It's not, we're not using the muscles in that and sitting down. And we don't tend to do enough of opening up, adducting the hips. So let's press the knees down. Hopefully you can feel that in your hips and bringing the heels in towards your body. And again, it's millimeters. So whatever movement you can get in there, finding the place where you're at your utmost, and then trying to ease into that position and let go of any tension in your muscles. Lifting up nice and tall, crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to leave the legs where they are and take the right hand out to the side, the left hand out to the side, and press down into the soles of your feet. Well, press the soles of your feet together, but also press down into the palms of your hands and try and see if you can lift up a little. Take some of the pressure off your sit bones. Depends on how long your arms are in relation to your torso as to whether you actually lift off the floor or not. And release. We're going to bend over to the right side now. So slide your right hand away, bring your left hand up and over. So
opening up on the left side of the body. Think about keeping that left sit bone firmly on the mat. Try and encourage your knees to stay low as well. And then gently coming up. And you know what's next, don't you? Left hand down, right hand up, sliding away. Slide away for as long as you can keep your knees still. As soon as that right knee starts to come up in sympathy and try and join the right arm, ease off a little. So we're pinching in the left side, squeezing the muscles on the left side of your body, opening up in the right. Think about stimulating all those very useful lymph nodes onto the arms. And we're also working the lymph in the groin as well. 2 in 1, isn't that great? Gently coming all the way back up now. Well done. So let's take the right leg wide, keep the left foot in. And when the foot comes in like this, we can usually turn the foot a little so the top of your foot comes to the mat and your heel is up. And don't worry if that doesn't work. If it does, that's great. It's just about flexibility in the knee. And now we're going to lean over to the right. A little bit different here. We're going to bring the left elbow on the inside edge of that left knee. Don't worry about how far the torso comes. Let's just focus on the arm for now. And then again, we're going to take that left arm up and over. Bring your chest forward. So bend your sternum forward here. It's quite easy to curl around. We want to have a little bit more opening here. Bring your right knee down to the mat. It's starting to poke up towards the ceiling. And don't worry if you don't get much movement here. It's a very intense stretch. And then let's come out. Nice and slow. And let's swap feet. Take the left foot out, right foot in. Again, turning the foot over to face upwards, sole of the foot upwards, if that works for you. So let's start off sitting up really tall, crown of the head up towards the ceiling, so that lovely length in the neck. And then we're going to slide down the leg, bring the left elbow on the inside edge of the left knee, and take the right arm up, over the chest up. And breathe. And then all the way back down, nice and slow. Bring your left foot into the right. Hold on to your hands. Hold on to your feet, your hands even. Shoulders up tall, crown of the head up tall. Close your eyes for a moment. Do a little bit of a scan around the body. See if you can feel different parts. Maybe it's your right side, because we've just had a stretch on the right side. And we're going to do a little bit of balance work before we come down to lying on the mat. So our balance work today, hold on to your big toes with a yoga hold. So that would be just the first 2 fingers of each hand poking around, and then your thumb as a lock. If that hurts or it's not comfortable, then just hold on around the outside of your foot. Okay, so we're just holding on, lifting up, finding a balance. Make sure there's nothing behind you that would hurt if you went rolling backwards, which you're not going to do, I'm sure. But so bring the left foot in, right foot out. And then we're going to swap both at the same time. So as the left foot comes out, the right foot comes in. And again, swap around. Neck is long. Try and get your head and your neck and your back in line. Swap again. And then keep your left leg where it is. Take the right leg out. Point your feet away from you so that you stretch your arms out. Your arms are getting stretched by your legs. So broad across the back. And then bring your feet together. And then we're going to bend the knees, release the arms. Just let them hover either side of your legs. And then send your feet away. And into a little bit of a V shape. And then from here, as you wish, come down to the ground. If you feel you want to, you can lower down using your stomach muscles. If that feels like it wouldn't be good for you, just come down to lying on the mat. Any way you wish. Take your legs a little away from each other. Take your arms out to the sides and just relax into your mat for a moment. Take a deep breath. Bend your knees, pressing the lower back into the mat. So if you push into the soles of your feet, you can bring the lower back flat to the mat. Press the whole of your lower back into the mat. And roll your knees up to your chest. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Squeeze your thighs into your chest. A little bit of a rock from side to side, maybe, if you feel like it. Pressing into your lower back. We did quite a lot of deep work on the lower back today, so give it a little bit of a massage. And we're going to finish with a nice twist. So arms out in a T. Bring your knees, keep them together and take them over to the right side. Pressing your left shoulder into the mat. Only your knees, hips, and lower back moving. Upper back, mid back, shoulders staying exactly where they were, and then bring your head over so that you're gazing in the opposite direction to your knees. Try and find your ease in this posture so that you can let go of any tension. Sometimes we're squeezing and we're holding on with an arm or a leg or side of the body. Just noticing those areas that have automatically just switched on and allowing them to switch off. We're lying on the mat here. We're not going to fall. We're not going to roll anywhere. We can let go. And then bring your head back to center. Bringing your knees back, skimming across your chest over to the other side. Do exactly the same on the other side. Gazing over to the right, knees over to the left. Breathe. And then come back to center. Bring your head back. Bring your knees back. Give them a last squeeze and a hug. And welcome to Shavasana. So Shavasana is our final resting pose. Take a little space between your legs, between your arms and your torso. Close your eyes. Find your comfort in this pose, in this asana, in this posture. Move wherever you need to move to be comfortable. Adjust whatever needs to adjust. Maybe you want to press into the back of your head, lift your shoulders off the mat and then place them back down. Lift your arms, stretch them out and then lay them back down again. The same with your legs. And then pressing into your heels, adjusting your hips, rolling out from side to side. Keeping your eyes closed, breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Finding your ease and space.
Taking your breath right down into your toes, into your fingertips. Into your heels. Allowing your feet to relax. Relaxing your calves. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Relax your belly. Relax your chest. Relax your hands. Relax your forearms. Relax your elbows. Relax your upper arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your throat. And relax the whole of your face. Relax the whole of your scalp. Allow the whole of your body to be at ease. Breathing in slowly and deeply. Breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, breathing in light and warmth and energy and all the things that you need and want more of in your life. As you breathe out, letting go of things that no longer serve you or help you or bring joy and contentment to your life. Making space for each new breath, bringing warmth and light and energy. And keeping your eyes closed, gently coming to rest on your right side, rolling yourself over, taking a breath, feeling a sense of ease and calm, a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible, things moving in your body a little better, a little smoother, a little easier. Taking a deep breath now and keeping your eyes closed, coming to sit back in Sukhasana or in any posture that suits you. As we started, focusing on the breath, breathing in, bringing your hands to heart center, squeezing your right palm into your left into your right, feeling that strength across your arms, across your shoulders, lifting, lengthen your spine, crown of the head up towards the sky. Breathing in and out freely and easily. Now let's rub the hands together, get some heat, warmth in the palms there. Rubbing them together fast, and then tucking them over your eyes. Blinking into that lovely space, taking a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, floating your hands back to heart center. And namaste. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining yourself, mind, body, and soul on the mat, all in one place. And I hope you have a gorgeous day.